Welcome to Reddit After Hours. This is r/relationships, where OP is struggling with the fact that after being attacked by a mugger, OP's boyfriend just left her there to deal with it all alone. Our first Reddit post comes from CEMU4763, titled, I found my boyfriend's Reddit account and found out that he doesn't want to get married. So I, a 30-year-old female, and my boyfriend, who's 35, have been in an on and off dating relationship for close to about 6 years. And now we've been together for about a year now with no breaks. So a little while back, my boyfriend sent me a few posts that he thought would interest me on Reddit. I was pursuing those comments, and one in specific stood out to me using his mannerisms / way of speech, etc. And I just had this gut feeling that it might be him. I don't know why, but something compelled me to keep an eye on it. I probably should have just let it go, but I couldn't. After a while, he would talk about things he's seen / commented on Reddit, and all of the posts / comments that I could see under this profile were spot on. He even mentioned something specific that he commented under a post. I had read the comment already, so it confirmed it for me that it was him. No doubt in my mind that this was his profile now. I didn't want him to think that I was overstepping boundaries or anything like that, so I just never brought it up. And I did stumble upon it completely by accident, but I kept on reading the posts and comments. It gave me this unique perspective into him and the way that he thinks. But the trouble starts when I realized I didn't like what I was reading. He would make some degrading comments about women, and just in general, I didn't vibe with this person that I was seeing through this Reddit account. And then sometime last week, I saw his comments under a post asking about relationship advice. The post was regarding some cheating that took place, and he said, quote, "This is the reason I've decided I will never get married." I was never privy to this conversation, though. I knew he never wanted kids, and neither do I, but I had always wanted to get married, and up until now, I thought he did too. It really shattered me to read this. Now, I don't even know how to bring it up. When we've talked about marriage in the past, he seemed okay with it. I don't want to tell him that I've been creeping on his Reddit account for about 6 months now, but I also know that he never wants to get married. Do I break things off? But I can't give him a valid reason to break things off. Do I bring marriage up to him again? What if he lies and says that he does want marriage, but I know how he really feels? What would you do in this situation? OP, I know it may not seem like you like the person that you're reading online. People online tend to say a lot of crazy things that they would never say in real life or do in real life. I don't know, keyboard warriors, right? But in this case, I mean, I don't know. It's on the internet. People say a lot of crazy things on the internet. Just have a conversation with them. Bring it up. Just ask him, do you ever see yourself getting married? Why or why not? And just see where the conversation goes. You know him better than anyone, so if it's really breakup worthy, I mean, I think you'll know after that conversation. But I definitely think it's something you should bring up to him. Our next Reddit post comes from Wrong Molasses 8181, titled, Husband wants to go on another weekend guys trip while I'm home with the baby. My husband is 22 and I'm 23. He wants to go on another weekend riding trip with a bunch of his guy friends. He just went on one last month, leaving me alone with our baby, who was only 5 months old at the time. Now 6 months old, though. We've been together for 7 years, married for a year and a half. His last trip, we argued the entire week leading up to the trip. I told him that I didn't want him to go, but it was ultimately his decision because I don't like being controlling. He went, and I honestly did fine being alone with the baby, but I have never gotten a break. I haven't gotten to go on trips away from the baby because I can't. And I wouldn't do that to him anyway, knowing how hard and exhausting it is by yourself and with a farm. His friends are asking me to let him go, and he's been in a bad mood knowing that I don't want him to go. I just don't know how to keep handling this. He's going to keep wanting to go on these trips, and then we'll spend weeks fighting over whether or not he goes or not. And I'm tired of arguing over the same things over and over again. Do I just let him go and deal with the stress of doing everything myself, keep my feelings hidden for weeks so we don't fight, not get a break so that he can go with his friends and keep riding, drinking, and forget about all of his responsibilities? That just doesn't seem like a solution that I want, and I keep questioning why I'm always the one compromising. Where he's going, he doesn't even have cell phone service, so I can't even really contact him. OP, you say that you don't want to be controlling, but I don't think that there's anything controlling about wanting your husband to be there to help you with your family. And if I'm reading this correctly, your farm. How can anyone expect you to take care of a very small child and take care of a farm all at the same time? That sounds insane. I feel like my wife goes crazy sometimes, and I go crazy sometimes just taking care of a newborn, let alone a newborn and a whole farm. That is crazy to me. And the fact that he won't even have any cell phone service out there and you can't contact him in case of emergency just seems incredibly irresponsible on his end. It kind of makes me wonder, did he actually want to be a dad, or did he just want to have a kid to say that he had a kid? It doesn't make sense to me. But either way, I would have a very strong talk with him about this, because at least, in my family dynamic, that would be completely unacceptable. And I don't think you're being controlling by, putting your foot down and saying that you want him to be there, especially in case of an emergency. Our next Reddit post comes from a random girl 08 titled, "Boyfriend and I were mugged. He ran away and left me alone with the mugger, and I can't see him in the same light anymore." Yesterday, I was hanging out with my boyfriend and we were in a not so great part of our city. Suddenly, a guy approached us to ask for indications and asked us to help him get there, and we helped him. Stupid, I know. After getting there, he pulled out a knife and asked for all of our money. My boyfriend ran away and left me alone with the mugger. Luckily, he just wanted my money, so I gave him all the money that I had and he went away. After that, I went inside a bar and called my parents. My parents were furious with my boyfriend and tried to call him, but he didn't pick up. We then went to the police and then returned home, and after maybe 2 hours, I received a call from my boyfriend asking me where I was and telling me that he alerted the police. I exploded on him, and he didn't even apologize, but he kept telling me that he did the best that he could. My question is there any way to recover from this? My image of him is completely shattered. OP, everyone reacts differently in, stressful situations, and I don't want to sandbag him too hard, but personally, I don't think there's any recovering from it. I mean, he could have grabbed your hand, ran away together. He could have done a million different things, right? But to just leave you there with a man with a knife, because there's no guarantee that you give this person all your money and they don't just unalive you anyway. And he just left you there without a care in the world. That just blows my mind. I would 1000%, and I'm not trying to sandbag him personally as a person, but after that situation, I would block him on everything. That is not the type of, if I was a woman, that is not the type of man that I want to be with, that I want to, trust to protect me, to be my emergency contact after we get married, or to, take care of my kids in the future. But that's just me. Let me know down in the comments if I'm overreacting, but I think that's a complete deal breaker, OP. Our next Reddit post comes from Weightless Wings, titled, "My boyfriend got angry when I asked him about his sexual history and now isn't speaking to me." So I, a 31-year-old female, asked my boyfriend, who's also 31, of officially 1 year when the last time he had passionate hugging was before we got together. I didn't ask out of jealousy. I've been experiencing random bleeding after passionate hugging and some other weird symptoms, and I'm worried that I might have HPV. I'm going for a pap smear next week, and I've been really anxious about it. I wanted to know more about his history so I could understand any possible risks and feel a bit more informed. Instead, he got angry and said that I was, quote, interrogating him, and now he's completely shut down and isn't speaking to me. He wouldn't answer the question, and it's made me paranoid that he was sleeping with someone while we were not official but exclusive, as it was a simple question. I feel really hurt. I wasn't accusing him of anything, just trying to have a mature conversation about something that directly affects my body and health. I expected at least some openness and support, not silence and defensiveness. This reaction makes me feel like I can't talk to him about serious or sensitive things without it turning into a shutdown. I don't know how to move forward or if I'm overreacting for being upset about this. I don't know if I can trust my boyfriend now. How should I approach this going forward? Is this a reason for a breakup? OP, I don't know if it's a reason for a breakup yet, but I mean, that's a very, at bare minimum, that's a very immature response on his end. Like, it's something directly affecting your health. And like you said, you weren't trying to be jealous or anything. You just wanted to know because, you have an upcoming appointment and you want to be informed about your health. I think it's very reasonable that you ask that question. And his response, kind of leads me to believe that he might be hiding something too. I would bring it up to him and say, hey, I think you're hiding something. And if we can't have a conversation about this, like, mature adults, then I don't know if this relationship is going to work out, and just see where the conversation goes from there. I think you'll find every answer that you're looking for after that. And good luck, OP. Whichever way it goes, I hope it works out for you. That was Reddit After Hours, bringing you r/relationships. Thank you all so much for listening. And if you like these videos, like and subscribe, as we upload a new Reddit video almost every day.